Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mania 7K World Cup. We're still doing the quarterfinals. I'm Nivrat00 and with me is Toph Daddy.
Yes, it's not Walter. Sorry to say. So I just woke up, but we're ready. We're ready to go.
We had a last minute swap. I'm glad you're here though. Because we're finally seeing Macau play again, this time against Sweden.
Oh yeah, dude. Macau the favorites to win this tournament, you know? I'm excited.
Absolutely. I'm expecting everyone to buy a Macau banner as soon as possible.
In all honesty, though, I'm really interested to see how this match is going to go. Macau and Sweden both having been mid-seeds for the tournament, and Macau being arguably the best of the mid-seeds. Well, no, that's not true. Wait.
Macau's a low seed.
Macau was a Macau's a low seed. They're the best low seed then. That was what it was.
Yeah, they're a low seed, but they might be better than all the mid-seeds.
No, there's a couple. I think Macau definitely is like, it would make for a really good mid seed. But, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That's alright.
I think it would make a good mid-seed, so I'm really interested to see how they fare against Sweden, who was actually a mid-seed.
Yeah, Macau's been surprising us left and right with their high performance, but I don't really have a good read on Sweden. I know that they were the mid-seed, they defeated Canada to get into the elimination bracket, and then they were swept again, and then they lost against Thailand and Brazil. But Thailand and Brazil are like super good, so I haven't really gotten to measure Sweden's skills.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been the story for a lot of the mid-seeds. They've been going against obviously all top seeds as they've been moving on in the tournament, and most of the top seeds are just a level above a lot of the other teams. So it's hard to really get a good read on any of the mid-seeds right away, and that is obviously true for Sweden in this case.
I guess we'll just have to see.
Wait, are we playing Renatus as a warm-up? You know,
it's possible.
The group stage tiebreaker. But from how Walter's talking, from how Walter's talking, it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Are they trying to keep it a secret, or are they just really hyped about Renatus?
I have no idea.
We're discussing in the Twitch chat about Macau only having 2 players. That it can be a little difficult actually, because actually what happened earlier when France won by default against Japan, it's because Japan only had 2 players and one of them couldn't make it. So
yeah.
But as long as both players show up, then they're.
Having 2 players can be an interesting situation because there's like a good side to it and also a bad side. It's like you don't have to make any choices with respect to who's playing each chart, but then you also, only have 2 players, can't switch anyone out if they have any weaknesses, and also tend to have harder stamina issues because each player has to play every single map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to SVs as well, those 2 players, if they want to play the SVs, they both have to learn the SVs. We're being told that the warm-up is dead.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but, we'll go with it.
I'm guessing that means that they're playing it, but we're not going to be able to see it. More troubles with the tournament client, as usual. Meanwhile, we can just hang out until they start playing for points.
Indeed we can. Luckily, that warm-up that got killed was only 2 minutes long, so it shouldn't be too much long.
Oh, good. We can discuss the map picking strategy of these 2 teams. What I've seen so far is that both Macau and Sweden tend to like banning the SV.
I think that's a pretty fair statement for, I think, most of the teams.
It's definitely true.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see both teams just ban out the SV charts. But I feel like one of them probably could have taken advantage of the fact that the other team doesn't really like practicing them and then gone with it anyways.
Absolutely. What I'm looking at right now is that when Sweden played Thailand, they banned a long note map and they played the SVs, so it's possible they could pull that out again since they're up against also a difficult.
Yeah, something else to know I think that should be mentioned is that Macau's accuracy is really good. They notably were able to perform really well on the group stage maps, though obviously those are a bit easier than what we're seeing here in quarterfinals.
Oh yeah.
But I still do think it's notable because something like the Senya chart, which is, you know, the consistent pick, is something that I think Macau might be able to keep up with. And if they can, I think their accuracy is going to shine.
That's a very good analysis of the situation. It looks like we have the second warm-up loaded in with I can read Japanese, but not Chinese. Sorry.
Xiaoju Wo, something like that.
That sounded pretty close. I'll take the Japanese. You take the Chinese. How about that?
All right. I don't speak Chinese either, but I can try.
I don't speak Japanese, so we'll
all right. We're in the same boat. I think so. This is Macau's warm up, and I think they used this in group stage.
Yeah. For the people chat, for the people asking in Twitch that they've been switching between various of Wilbin Chan's maps, and this one has been played before. Yeah.
I think I remember Dolan commentating this warm up the first time, and he compared it to a prom night song. You know.
Oh, with the slow dancing.
Yeah, I think that was this song.
That's pretty funny. Here we go. We'll be able to see this one live. 20 client has recovered.
If I remember correctly, this is a big long note chart.
Oh, it looks like it right off.
Pretty hard one at that. Yeah. It's got that Avril 15th vibe, you know.
Oh yeah, the sweet and calm song with the torrent of long notes.
Torrent of long notes with really hard releases, you know.
A little fun fact: the top of our map pool notes for this round. Quarterfinal notes, April 14th edition.
Quarterfinal notes, April 15th edition. Oh yeah. I mean, it's really interesting because there are at least two maps with like disjointed releases, like in April 15th in this pool. The first one that I could note would be Secret Wish, and from what I saw yesterday, that was banned 3 out of 3 times when I was awake. I don't know how it was banned, whether it was in the
while you were
other
asleep.
Matches.
While you were asleep, we had the win by default. Then the next match, it was banned again, and then it was actually played in the last one.
Ooh, not 100% ban rate. Let's go.
No, yeah, I think it was. I don't know which team it was that picked it, but either Singapore or Netherlands picked it.
Either way, it doesn't get the 100% ban rate. And then there's also Algorithm, which doesn't quite have as difficult releases or anything like that. It's more of a mixed pick anyways, but it is notable in that the LNs are pretty tough for the same reasons, just on a lighter basis.
Yeah, it's very hard for the mixed pick. Well, halfway through the map, and Macau is already showing a little, well, not a little lead, a very big lead. This is their warm-up after all, but it does seem like Sweden is not faring well on this sort of dense long.
Yeah, I could definitely see Secret Wish ban coming out from Sweden.
Par of the course.
But it also gives Macau a good place to attack that's not just their accuracy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Sweden prefers playing rice maps anyway, so just from their history in this tournament, I think long notes would be a good pick.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to end up seeing stuff like maybe Algorithm, the Oath Nova Apocalypse. I really want to see that because I really like that chart, but
me too.
Maybe that's just bias from me. It's also one of the only 2 maps I can S in this pool, so I have the connection to it.
Yeah. It's definitely a bit on the easier side. It's more the difficulty of that map comes more from when you're trying to get a good accuracy on it because of the release.
Yeah, for sure. Almost done with this warm-up, though. These releases just don't let up, man. Caption playing through it all, though. April 15th, God.
Yeah, these long notes are almost as long as as the score bar on Mikau's favor. I kind of messed that one up, but you get what I meant.
Whoops. It's alright, I get you. And there it goes.
Well, I'm interested in seeing how Sweden comes back after that warm-up. The warm-up game is very important after all. Oh, hold on. We already played Sweden's off stream, so it's going into rolls now.
Yes, it is. Oh, we got a 65. Oh, Pufffuck has one of them, right?
No way.
Oh, dude!
The other one's 63.
Wow, that's a really close roll.
142 isn't bad. Or is...
I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know who's rolling.
Why is there
what,
another roll?
I'm sure Walter will tell us what's going on soon. Okay, looks like Macau's getting to ban first. They have, in fact, won the roll.
Well, they lost their ban.
They lost the roll. They won the first ban.
Okay, Macau banned.
If that makes any sense. All right, that's the second time it's been banned. Actually, it was banned for the first time in the last match with Netherlands and Singapore.
I think that's understandable. They have multiple like methods of attack. In
lots of
matches they've already showed. Sweden, on the other hand, I don't think it'd be a good idea to follow up with the hypnosis ban here, but okay, all right.
Right off of hypnosis.
All right, Sweden.
Well, it seems like Sweden hasn't practiced the SV maps, and that's fine because we're not going to be playing either of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've brought their best game on all the other kinds of maps, which are still open.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what they're gonna pick here. Maybe they want to really try and highlight the difficulty. Maybe they want to go with that missing week, but I feel like that wouldn't be the best pick. 44 River might be an interesting pick. I don't know what Sweden's gonna go with.
Yeah, me neither. I do know that they prefer rice maps.
I got it right though. Let's go.
Nice. You're right. Going straight to possibly the most difficult map in the pool. Definitely the most difficult rice map. That is quite interesting. Usually when you're the underdog in a matchup, you want to go for the easier picks where the difference in skill might not be so evident, but I guess Sweden is just feeling confident on the... What is going on in Twitch chat? I could use some meatballs. I'm pretty hungry.
I ate an entire cucumber for breakfast this morning.
An entire cucumber?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Delicious.
That sounds freaking decadent.
The vegetables are great. Anyways.
Hi, Junihun. Is that right?
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Junihun? Oh, sorry, leave one. Alright. Discuss meatballs out as much as you'd like. We have bigger fish to... We're already off of the erratic rhythm at the beginning. No huge score difference quite yet, though Macau has an... Ooh, yeah. The blob is right there in the middle, switching back and forth. That cat for miss, though.
Yeah, luckily this is a really long chart, so getting misses, especially early on, Vortex with a miss as well. Like I said, misses early on aren't a super big deal, though, I mean, continually getting misses will not help your case.
Yes, it's worth mentioning that neither of the Macau players have missed either, and that's given them a slight lead right now. They're not so far ahead in accuracy. In fact, their accuracy is pretty much being matched by Sweden, but they're just holding on for IDQ, who just missed. And Captain, they all missed.
Sad Cat is also starting to miss as well, though. That score gap is getting... Ooh, IDQ's with that miss is gonna maybe get it to Sweden's... Ooh, okay, there's a lot of misses happening right now. As it gets denser, I think IDQ's is starting to find some issues.
Folks, I think we are gonna have a close match because this is definitely a close map. It was in Macau's favor for a little bit, but now it's definitely leaning towards Sweden with a bunch of misses coming from the Macau.
Those early mistakes from Vortex were definitely brought back with the 1000 combo right before he missed just a little bit ago, but Macau getting into this more consistent dense section of the chart is definitely starting to falter a little bit more than the Swedish side. Accuracy favoring Sweden a significant amount right now.
Yeah, IDQ was keeping up with Sad Cat earlier, but now they're 2% behind at 96. Maybe Macau has great accuracy, but dense picks are not to their liking.
And Vortex continuing to show that those early misses were probably just a bit of a fluke there. 1200 combo right now. Only person with any sort of combo anymore.
The big 4 digits.
And Sad Cat definitely holding his own with the highest accuracy in the room right now.
As the map goes on, Sweden's advantage just gets bigger and bigger. Now with, like you said, both of the Sweden players have a higher accuracy than Macau, which is definitely not how it was at the beginning of the map. Oh yeah, 3 misses in quick succession from IDQ. This dense part is just too dense for those fingers.
And going into the last bit, this ending is notably easier than the rest, so we're pretty much in the clear for both of these teams. And I think that's going to seal it for Sweden on their first pick.
You predicted their pick, and it turned out to be a good pick for them. I'm seeing a pretty clear pattern here. Macau was ahead in the beginning because it was a little easier, so there was more room for their accuracy to shine. But it seems like Sweden is better at holding their combo on the dense parts. Like, just looking on this, I would say that the other, the speed pick, the 44 River, as well as the density pick, say Bay, might be in Sweden's favor, and that's definitely going to give them a good advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. But it really depends whether they're going to be able to take... I think the big point of contention for Sweden wanting to get out of this match alive is whether they're going to be taking the Senya. I think that's going to be the big point, because I think they'll be pretty safe on Sebe, and like you said, 44 River would probably also be a good bet. But the Senya map, I think, is at a point where I think both teams might be able to hold on to it pretty well. And so if Sweden wants to take this match, they have to take that point.
That's very true, because Sweden's not going to have as much luck on the long notes, if my prediction's correct.
Yeah, Macau having Dual Fractal, Secret Wish, and Oath Nova Apocalypse all open, though notably Dual Fractal is arguably something that Sweden might be able to hold up on, given that it's probably the least LN heavy of the, or least of the really LN required charts out of the LN choices in the pool.
Absolutely. Sad Cat coming out with the GG, but it's not over yet, because IDQ is going straight for probably the hardest long note map in the pool to counter the hardest single note map in the pool.
Yeah, this was an expected pick, I think. Given their warm-up and how dominant they were there, I can see Macau crushing it.
Honestly, I think Sweden's best strategy would have been to practice the SV maps and then ban Secret Wish.
Yes,
but
I agree. I think that would have been a much better point to really try and take Macau on, rather than just avoiding it and deciding to ban it.
But hey, it all comes down to how much time you have, how much you really care about this matchup. In the end, if this was the best decision for Sweden, well, they're gonna have to live with it. Creddy says time for die. Sad face. Sunglasses face.
Rip the long notes. These are hard. To say the least.
I tried playing this earlier and I failed it. It took me like 5 tries just to pass it.
I don't remember if I can pass this or not.
When I failed it, I was like, oh, for sure, this has got to be like HP 9, HP 10. But then I went and looked, it was just HP 8. I'm just bad at long notes.
Yeah, I could get through the beginning, but once it gets to the denser LMs, nah, I'm out. Oh, Caption finding the first break of the map.
Yeah, Sweden's still holding strong. I mean, we haven't gone to the really hard part yet, but at least in the intro, they're holding their own.
Whoa, Macau, what's going on? Sweden holding on, getting themselves a lead going into the second quarter of the map. Like you said, not the hard part yet, but establishing any amount of lead is huge on something like this.
It is a short map after all. Ooh, a couple misses from Sadcat switches the lead over to Macau. Side.
Ooh, that's a big accuracy drop. Accuracy definitely being the determining factor here. Misses helping out with that, but with Macau having almost a 99 from Caption and a mid 98, those two accuracies are definitely trumping Sweden's scores right now.
It was as soon as we got... actually, it's kind of interesting. It was swapped in the last match. Well, the last map. When it was easy, last time Macau had the lead, and then it swapped over to Sweden as soon as it got dense. Here, Sweden had the early lead, but as soon as the long notes got dense, it went over to Macau, and that really goes to show the difference in their skill sets.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird thing to watch in general, because you'd expect that if a team is stronger on something like Rice or long notes, that they'd be able to handle the easier stuff better than the other team too. But that hasn't quite been the case for these two teams. It really makes me interested in seeing how the easier charts in the pool are going to go. Like I said, the Senya map is going to be a huge point of contention. And I think Dual Fractal as well is going to be an interesting point to look for what's going to happen, since that's arguably the easiest long note chart in the pool.
True enough. I feel like Macau's early loss, the early disadvantage in this map might have been just a little bit of choking, because like you said, it shouldn't have been so hard that they were missing on it. And I mean, on a consistency map like Kimuto whatever, even a few misses is a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, that's going to be it for the first two picks. Back to Sweden's choice, 1-1. I expect save A.
Save A, yeah.
Oh, I'm good at this game now.
You are. You've pulled 2 out of 2.
We did it. What were you gonna say?
Though. With well, it makes sense with Sweden choosing that missing wake the first time. Save A is, I guess, the closest to it in terms of style. I was gonna say, you don't happen to know Morse code, do you?
No, not off the top of my head.
Guess this message will have to go undecoded for now.
I can look up a Morse code translator.
I think we have a more important job to do here.
Don't worry. It's really fast.
All right.
It didn't work.
Damn it. Sandra telling Macau the secret to winning. Through Morse code. Either that or it's just a bunch of meh faces. Alright, we're getting started with the quadrilateral map. I'm just gonna say it like that from now on because no one is telling me how. Definitely one of the most popular picks, and in general, and in this case, very advantageous to Sweden.
Absolutely. I think this might end up showing a similar story to how. Okay, and I'm my premonitions are coming true, where the early, easier parts are going to be taking a little bit of accuracy advantage from Macau, but once we get dense, everyone's going to start missing.
Yeah, it's just the last quarter of this map that's the hardest part, so we're going to be left in suspense until that part rolls around.
Down to only one full combo remaining, I think. The Sad Cat hasn't missed, I don't think. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
There it goes.
I'm sorry, I don't... having 2 misses on Sweden's side, that's not the best situation considering IQ still has a 900 combo.
Definitely not.
That's going to be in Macau's favor for the time being.
Oh, I would say at this point it's still right down the middle. They are neck and neck.
Yeah, accuracy advantage actually is not that much in favor of Sweden right now. So right now it's about who keeps combo through this ending section. If everyone keeps combo, this is gonna be really close.
Exactly like I said, it all comes down to the last quarter, which we're about to get into right now.
Ooh, there goes Sad Cat. Macau take is an advantage. Sweden now needs to hope for a drop on the side of Macau in this ending section.
If I'm right,
there's one from Caption.
Yep.
Sad Cat follows up with one of his own though. That's so close!
We're gonna need more misses to make a difference here.
Oh, there goes IQ's Vortex 2! Each miss is just being traded off. Oh, this is gonna be close. Oh, Caption. Ooh, there it goes.
Incredibly close. It was just a few extra misses from Macau at the end that notched it over to Sweden, and they only won by about 20,000. What a map!
All those misses culminating right at the end, making all of us nervous.
Yeah, Sad Cat complaining about the crap misses, I'll say. And it's against the nerves. Sweden had the advantage going into this one, but they only barely squeaked by.
Alright, so I translated the Morse code a little bit, and it translates to a phrase, Genkai o Koiru? And that's what I think Cloud says that in Smash Brothers when his limit breaks.
Macau limit break. But in Morse code, interesting. Currently, we're just resetting the tournament client. We'll have it right back on stream in a moment as soon as we fix the. Genkai wo koeru. Oh yeah, the hype in the chat is high, and for a good reason. No breakpoints yet, and it's already the 4th pick of the pool. I think Macau should have a pretty strong stance going on with the other 2 long note picks.
Yeah, and like we would have expected, Oath Nova Apocalypse comes out as their next pick.
Absolutely, and we get to listen to this beautiful music while we wait for the pick to start.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the slow jam at the beginning goes. Like, it's not super difficult, but there's a lot of players that I think, in general, have problems with slow jams as a whole. So, this might be another situation where if they're uncomfortable with slow jams, there's going to be a few breaks at the beginning section, and then we'll get to the harder parts, and they'll start getting a bit more consistent with how they play.
Oh yeah, I don't remember which match it was, but definitely I remember seeing players miss a lot in that beginning section, because those long notes are deceptively.
Yeah, it matched up with that slow jam, like I said before, it just makes for a whole different kinds of challenge.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Show your support for your favorite team in the chat, guys. They're gonna need it. But did I say that right? Favorite team in the chat.
Yes, I think you said that correctly.
Yes. I think I've been commentating for hours today. I think the longer it goes, the better I get at it. I'm warmed up now.
Warming up for commentary.
So
Looks
we
like
are.
Slow Jam's bearing with Sweden better for the time being.
Yeah, for a moment their IDQ fell below the 90% mark, but a miss from Vortex now.
Vortex.
That's gonna even it up a little bit.
accuracy still holding the lead in their favor, though. This is doing exactly the same thing as every other pick has done, where it starts off in favor of the team we don't expect to win, and then it changes. And I feel like that has a good chance of happening, especially like with Vortex having missed again, though the accuracy is still holding in favor of Sweden for the time being. Another miss on the Swedish side. All right.
That's so crazy. I don't think this one's going to be so much of a defeat as Secret Wish, because while it's a long note map, it's a different style of long note map. There's a lot more technical single notes, and the long note of difficulty mainly comes from the releases, not from the dense patterning.
Yeah, definitely. I do consider this to be the easiest of the LN charts as like as LN play goes. A lot of the LNs that you see are pretty short, so you can somewhat ignore them as long as you can read through them properly. There's just a few things you have to take note of throughout most of it.
That's right. It's easy to combo, hard to get a good accuracy. That's what I've heard. That's what we've seen all throughout the stage. Now that we're past the intro, Macau is taking a slight lead, as we expected. Not a huge one.
Yeah, also note... Ooh, there goes a miss from Macau's side on caption. Notable, I think, in this map is that the ending brings in a new level of difficulty. Like, it gets really hard at the end, especially if you're uncomfortable with reading dense LNs, because, geez, that gets hard to read through.
Yeah, it gets to almost an inverse level of long notes near the end there. Definitely a bit of a spike as far as density goes. A miss from Vortex. IDQ is the only one holding the 4-digit combo now. Definitely helping their team get ahead.
Yeah, oh, as soon as I'm about to mention caption, he just misses. Okay, that's good. I'm glad my powers are in.
Curse-intating from the future.
It truly is. Vortex finding another break. This is not looking too good already for the Swedish side.
Yeah, the IDQ seems just absolutely comfortable with these patterns. And Captain, even though they're not holding the combo, actually has a higher accuracy than IDQ, the highest accuracy in the room. And both of the Swedish players slightly...
Yeah, Vortex pretty close to both of the Macau players, but Crady falling almost a full % behind both of them, which is making a relatively big difference. 2 misses, Vortex and Caption both finding breaks there. And right around here is where it starts getting more dense and difficult to read. I think that's being reflected in how the players are going through it all right now.
Yeah, there goes IDQ's amazing combo. Looks like the dense part just increased the lead in Macau's.
Trills not being too difficult for anyone. AQs does find a break on one of them. I think Crady also did, but it's not going to be enough to change that lead in favor of Sweden. So that's going to be another point for Macau, starting off 2-2.
I do love those trills from a mapping perspective, but I'm not the one who has to play it in front of 500 people under tremendous pressure, so maybe I shouldn't speak. Well, it's a tie, like you said, it's a tied match back to Sweden, but they're starting to run out of maps that are in their favor.
Yeah. 44 River coming out, maybe? I
would guess probably that one.
I think that's their best choice. I think, but I don't really know their scores, because Sebe and Missing Week are both like, they have a heavy chord stream element to them.
Yes.
And then 44 River is something else.
There's no chord.
It's not chord streaming in any way. It's all just streaming in some level of finger independence.
Less chord, more stream.
But they do go with it.
Yep. It's starting to get to the part of the match where both teams have to choose picks that are less comfortable to them. And since the SVs are out of the picture, there's no wild card. It's pretty much just who can hang on the longest, who has more maps that are to their advantage. I'm so happy that this is a close match. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Sweden wins this map, they have a good chance of getting that 4th point as well. I just want to see the tiebreaker, in all honesty. I want to see it.
Yeah, let's just say they will go to tiebreaker. Maybe it'll come true.
Yes, it's my prediction that they're going to go to tiebreaker, 5-4. I don't know who's going to win, but you know.
We haven't seen a tiebreaker yet in quarterfinals. We haven't gone to play that wonderful 6-star map, and there's only 2 chances left.
Yeah, I think we've only seen one tiebreaker this entire tournament, which is pretty.
Oh yeah, that was
Taiwan versus Netherlands in the group stage.
That's right. All right, here we go. Sweden's third pick. Let's see if they can avoid a break point. Let's see if they can avoid a break point for longer.
Seems both teams are doing pretty well on this early stream. Accuracies are really close. Jeez. Everyone at the high 98 zone. IDQ's dropping a little bit more than the Swedish counterpart. Caption also finding some accuracy drops, whereas both Vortex and Sadcat still holding above 98.5. Looking to be a solid pick on their end. IDQ's also finding a break right there. Oh wait, both of them found a break. I didn't even notice.
For a moment at the beginning, it looked like we were watching 4 replays from the same person, but now Sweden's strength is starting to show. Their speed strength.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest leads we've seen, in at least this early on into a chart, between any team. That's interesting to see. I imagine that'll only get bigger with this hard section, but you never really know how these teams are going to be able to fare when it gets dense.
That's true, and the thing about this map is that even though it's denser, the introduction of chords can actually help kind of organize the beat in your head and make it easier to tell which part goes where.
Yeah, it gets a little bit more connected, I think, with these chords, and like you can really notice that. Sadcat and Vortex both folding full combos. Okay, all right.
But it doesn't seem to be helping Caption or IDQ. Any Caption just breaking, IDQ still not at 1,000 yet.
Yeah, that's a double full combo from Sweden. Okay, wait, not yet. It's not over yet. Hold on, I have to wait.
I'm holding my breath. There
it's a double full combo. Let's go.
FC. Sweden bringing their A game to this tournament. They are not going to be knocked out by a low seed. At least not yet.
Vortex just as surprised as we are.
Amazing.
What a legend.
Sadcat there with the MVP play, almost 950k, as well as the best ratio. And of course, no misses. Well, on the Macau side is 3 misses from one of them, 5 misses from the other. As Vortex says, that was nut.
Algorithm coming out. We got some Vocaloid action. Mixed pick, probably the closest to how Secret Wish plays in any capacity, but I can understand this pick over something like
Dual whatever.
Dual Fractal, yeah.
I was gonna say Dual Shock, but that's not right. That's a player.
Yes, it is. Dual Fractal would make... I think this makes more sense than Dual Fractal as a pick from Macau's side. Just because the LNs are more technical in a standpoint of, if you can read through Dual Fractal, it's really not too bad overall.
Yes.
This one, even if you can read through it, you still have to have a significant amount of finger independence and control.
They're both difficult, but Dual Fractal depends more on the density of notes, while Algorithm depends more on, like you said, finger independence, which I think will give Macau the advantage. I mean, they can't give up a breakpoint now for when we're six picks deep. Yeah.
As usual, we have an early lead from the team that didn't pick it. But
Vortex did not see the SV coming.
Yeah.
Someone did not practice this map enough. There's just one cheeky SV, and I guess it's not going to be a huge deal, but it is going to give a free miss to the Macau side in the favor of Macau.
There was a miss from Caption as well. The accuracy definitely favoring Macau this far in. I think that's going to be a pretty safe accuracy lead throughout the chart, given how both of these teams have been performing on the respective picks.
Yes, absolutely. You know, this reminds me a lot of Japan versus Poland, which we saw in the round of 16. Each team was winning their own picks all the way up until the 7th pick when Poland got a break point, and that was what won the game. So it really does come down to the break points in this game.
Yeah.
Both team needs to not only be looking to be consistent on their own picks, but as soon as there's an opportunity for a break point, they need to take it.
Yeah, lots of misses coming out in this chorus, as we might expect from the more difficult LN patterns, but the accuracy advantage on the side of Macau is just carrying them right now. 99% from Caption is just huge.
And it's slowly climbing too. Apologies for the stream lag. It's actually not as bad as it has been earlier today, so thankful for that. Ooh, some misses from the Sweden side, multiple misses. These long notes are the finger independence, I think, is what's getting them.
Double miss on the side of Macau as well, but with Sweden following suit with a lot of double misses of their own, it's not really going to do much to the lead they already have.
They just gotta feel the algorithm.
No puns allowed.
I'm convinced that like at least half of a commentator's job is just to make bad puns.
Just to make bad puns? I think I'm doing my job incorrectly.
Have you seen professional video game commentators? It's
all
puns.
I guess I just don't watch them very often. I have to admit.
Let me tell you, puns is the way to go. Here we have another hard long note part, and it's just increasing Macau's lead even more.
Yeah, unless there's a huge mistake on the side of Macau, I don't think there's any way for Sweden to come back. And with both of Macau's players being above 98 and neither of Sweden's players being in that zone, that's going to be two very impressive plays from Macau.
Absolutely. We have it tied up 3-3.
Back to a tie game.
There's only 2 more picks possible before the tiebreaker comes. So if there's going to be a break point, they've got to do it now. And this might be the time for it, because they're definitely starting to run out of favorable maps. Like, what else is Sweden going to... I mean, Lemuria is kind of on the easier side as far as mixed maps, so that might be a thing. It looks like both teams are avoiding Kimito Dereka, so that's kind of up in the air who's going to have the advantage, though I would think that Macau would be more confident on that. If I had to guess, Lemuria for Sweden and the Kimito Dereka for Macau. Or Dual Fractal. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the picks are going to be. At this point, it's all free for all.
We're gonna have another quick reset of the client, just to clear up some lag issues. Hopefully it'll be back before they start the next pick.
Looks like while we are restarting, Sweden has made their pick. It's going to be Kimito Dereka. I probably would have expected this. Yeah, I would have expected this more from Sweden than Lemuria, just because I feel they're more comfortable on something like this. And when you're down to just 3 picks that you don't know about, like anything about the other team in terms of how they're going to perform on it, whether you're going to be able to beat them, you just want to go with whatever you're most comfortable with.
True
at this
enough.
point,
True enough.
that's Kimi to Doreka.
And interesting thing about this map is that, oh well, I don't know. On one hand, it's a consistency pick, so any misses can be harshly punished. But on the other hand, it's 3 minutes long, so it's not easy to choke it all. In any case, I'd say if Macau's chance of getting a breakpoint has never been higher. And if they want to beat this 5-3 without having to resort to a tiebreaker, then this is their chance.
Wait, we're not playing Speed of Blink. What is this?
I hope not.
That's a standard map.
I mean, we had a 4K map earlier, so honestly, anything goes.
There we go. We got the right map now.
Ooh, IDQ saying that they're not so good on this song.
Vortex saying the same. I don't know what to expect from this. I think Macau's accuracy is going to be big, but then also Sweden has been showing dominance on rice charts, so
yes.
I don't really know.
It's I think for this level of team, this map is in a weird space where it's a little too hard just to be a test of accuracy, but it's a little too easy for it to be a dense pick. So it's kind of gray area. That must be why it took so long for either team to pick it.
And Vortex finding an early break like he has for many of these choices.
It's the choke, man. It's the nerve.
He just reverse chokes everything. That's
reverse
Vortex.
choke. Yes, it's a reverse choke.
He's reverse choke, man. No other combo breaks to be seen. Macau's going to take a small advantage from that. Accuracy also in favor of Macau, and then that break from Sadcat's only going to improve that lead that they have.
Like I said, because it's a consistency pick, misses are going to be really harshly punished.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of balanced out by how long it is. Misses aren't when it comes to maps with this many notes and that are 3.5 minutes long, misses are less worrying for a given team, and really it's about focusing on your accuracy and how much you can keep up with that. And
that's
right
fair.
there, it does find a combo break. So Caption, the only person left with a full combo right now.
But that's 1 miss on Macau's side versus 3 misses on Sweden, so that's still a lead for Macau.
Yeah, and accuracy is just barely in favor of Macau right now. If Caption finds any major accuracy breaks or a combo break, this is going to go straight back into Sweden's.
This is where you can't let the nerves get to you. You gotta go into Zen mode. We do have
Vortex found a miss. I didn't even notice.
Oh, that's another one from Sweden.
And that came with it a bit of an accuracy dump. He kind of went from a high 98 to mid, and with that miss again, he's just going to keep reducing that accuracy. And Capchat holding on super strong right now, going up to the 99% still with the full count.
I never expected Kimoto Directa to ever be this tense, but it really is, and it seems like Macau's going to be able to get the breakpoint if they keep this.
Yeah, if Sweden wants to take this, they need to hold combo through the rest of this chart and just hope that there are misses on the side of Macau. I think that's the only way they can get this victory out. There's one. Infuse does drop. Captain's still holding the full combo though.
Oh boy.
Captain just not letting up, doesn't want to give away anything to Sweden. Coming up to the very end, I don't know if even a miss from Captain would do it for Sweden. I think this is going to be going in Macau's favor unless something catastrophic happens here. And there it goes. Macau's going to take their first breakpoint of the match and the first breakpoint overall in the match.
You know what I think, Toaster? We saw Vortex FC 44 River earlier. We know that Vortex has the capability to keep combo on these on even really hard single note maps. So I really think it was a choke there.
Yeah.
Vortex with a really sad face in the chat. That, along with Macau's really consistent accuracy, that's what led to the.
I'm gonna call it. Macau's gonna pick something. I don't know which one they're gonna pick, but Sweden's gonna win. Sweden's gonna win this pick.
Oh, geez.
I feel it.
The double.
That's my
point. That would really be something.
Double break point into tiebreaker. It's the classic.
Oh, geez.
Happened last year with US versus Brazil. The double break point into tiebreaker. Except that match also had like 8 break points beforehand.
Oh, you all right there?
I am good.
Sounded like something broke.
Nah, we're all good. Something fell off my desk, but we're good.
It is dual fractal coming out. Macau going in hard with the long note stream pick. Oh. Vortex and Sadcat don't seem too confident, but they've got to keep the attitude up. They got to believe. Otherwise, the double break point's never going to happen.
I believe. I still believe.
I mean, if Vortex can get a full combo on 44 River, but get 3 misses on Kimito Doreka, then anything can happen.
It's all about reading in this one. See if they... I think Sweden's definitely going to hold up pretty well on this in comparison to the other long note charts. It's just a matter of how well they're able to.
Exactly. Come on, we need to see the tiebreaker. There was a question in the chat. I don't know if it's been answered, but Kimito Doreka is not a ranked set. It's a single diff map. I'm pretty.
It is, yeah.
All right, here we go. This is match point. Macau could take it right here, 5-3. Oh, but not if IDQ misses like that.
Early lead for Sweden.
Ooh, but those long notes are very complicated.
Awesome.
Misses from all around. It's still right down the middle. The score is.
Oh, Vortex with a drop. Accuracies are pretty even between the two teams. Caption ahead of both of the Swedish players. Oh, actually, I didn't notice Vortex's go down so much.
Oh, I'm at the edge of my seat. It looked like Sweden might be keeping up now, but Macau is definitely taking some sort of lead.
Yeah, absolutely. They're starting to get that combo bonus back up, and Sweden just keeps on missing. And this map is really short.
Tiebreaker chance going down by the second.
Absolutely. Caption does find a break, though Vortex follows up with id Qs. Seems neither of these teams is super comfortable with this pick, though Macau just has more of a handle on their reading and LN skill than Sweden does in this case.
Sadcat actually holding on to the highest accuracy, but Vortex falling down, and it's just not enough to bring the score back.
Yeah, there's a miss from idQs, but it's so late in this chart, I don't think it's going to make a difference. The ending streams here. Scores get a little bit closer.
I forgot how many long notes there were in this map, and that is that. Sweden takes the match 5-3 against Sweden with one breakpoint.
You mean Macau takes the match against Sweden?
What did I say?
You said Sweden takes the match against Sweden.
Well, Sweden had a personal victory, but Macau won the tournament match. And that's Sweden being knocked out of the tournament in the quarterfinals.
Yes, sir. And they're going to be moving on in the losers bracket to losers semifinals, where they will be facing next weekend the loser between the United States and Thailand, which is a match that is coming up in about 5 minutes. So we're going to be able to see immediately who Macau is facing next weekend.
That was a very tense match, very close. Not close enough to be a tiebreaker, but Sweden really put in a great effort. In another day, another universe, Sweden might have won that one. See you next year, Sweden. Alright, so we're gonna be sitting tight until the next map gets started, since it should be pretty much immediately.
Yep, and as we move into the final match of the quarterfinals weekend for the 7Key World Cup, we are going to be switching one of our commentators.
That's me. I'm out for now.
Yes, Nivrad will be switching out. We have joining us in the commentator booth, Doland. How's it going?
Going well. I'm so happy my support banner for Macau is paying off now.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, they're gonna make it super far. I feel it.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. The banner is worth it. I believe. But what a match we have coming up here.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting for this match all weekend. Thailand versus the United States is going to be huge. And not because I'm biased, I promise.
Nah, we're not biased. We would never.
I mean, come on, it's only 2 U.S. commentators. And
yeah, it's only 2 U.S. commentators, right?
And the U.S. Ref. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. Nothing. And technically, is a U.S. Dutch streamer. We need to get
not
some
biased.
people.
I promise.
Not biased. It's totally not biased. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think this is going to be a really close match. At least I hope it is. U.S. and Thailand are both ridiculously strong teams. Thailand being known as arguably the best, or at least one of the best LN teams in the entire tournament. And then the United States just being very well-rounded in general.
Yeah, it should be an interesting battle here between one of the best LN teams and one of the best all-around teams. And the winner of this match facing the Philippines. So
next weekend in semifinals, loser's going to be facing Macau.
Hey, but so basically, if you lose this match, you lose.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not beating
Macau's going to win. You're not beating Macau.
You're not beating.
You just don't.
It just ain't happening, boys. But there's the bracket, the last winner's bracket match to be played here. Winner to face the Philippines next week in the semis.
Philippines is a tough team to. That's a tough matchup too. So like, you're not getting a very good situation whether you win or lose this match.
Yeah, but I mean, it is the last winner's bracket match and the last ticket to finals week on the line here for Thailand and the United States.
Yeah, whoever wins this match does guarantee themselves a top 6 position. If they lose, they are going to have to fight for that top 6.
Absolutely. It looks like we've got Panic Toy World. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this map. It's from Jin God SSI. I think I know him as a Jin. Like, he maps a lot about LNs. So maybe we can expect that. This is a really long chart. This is 4.5 minutes. All right.
All right, well, I'm going to take a nap. I'll catch you later.
See you later, Dolan.
Rest my eyes. Go grab a drink.
Right,
maybe grab some breakfast.
Of course.
These 5-minute warm-ups.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, no LNs yet, so my prediction is not right yet.
But listen, this is a perfect place to practice your caster cursing.
It is, I guess. Are we going to be as excited as we were for the other match with commentator cursing?
I am.
Gonna curse Entozer through a match that he's not even in.
There might be some booms. I can say that.
Alright.
But I'm not feeling any curses on this right section. Did you saw it?
Oh, as soon as you say that, Ken Z does drop.
Boom!
Alright. Early lead
Right.
coming in for the United States. Doesn't look like this is actually going to be an LM map at all. It's just going to be big court
No, yeah,
scheme,
it's
EMS
just a bunch of
patterns.
race.
In the US, 2 full combos.
Up,
Got him.
up,
Got
boom. Two, what was that? Two full combos?
him. Now it's down to 1 full combo. But it's actually still 2 full combos because
It's
Lost
still
Pool
2
and
full.
Ayaya both have full combos.
Right, you say that, but then you see the thing is this guy Lost Cool is probably gonna drop soon, so
See, that's not
probably
how you curse. You have to say he's doing really well.
Well,
And then
I'm
he
just
drops.
I'm saying he's gonna drop in the near
the-
future. All right. What if
I
this-
disagree. I disagree. I think Lost Cool is going to full combo this map personally.
Oh really?
He's too good for this.
He's too good for this. He probably is.
There goes
But
Stupid
not
Man
Stupid
again with
Man.
another drop. Also holding full combo alongside Lost Cool. I'm actually surprised to see
This
doing
is actually impressive.
better than Stupid Man in this case. This is like Stupid Man's bread and butter. This is what he's good at.
I mean, it is a warm up. Oh, Lost
Oh,
Cool!
what?
Boom!
What?
What were you saying, kid?
What is that?
What did you say?
That was in the break. You can't just do that to me.
No.
You can't do that to me, Lost Cool.
Boom! I told you he was going to miss. I am the Oracle. All right.
Ayaya, the only full combo remaining. Is Ayaya gonna full combo this? What's your version?
It's
Knowledgeable
unclear
one.
to me. It's unclear right now. It's unclear. There is a slight chance he could.
Well, we're 2/3 of the way through. We only have about a minute and a half left. Only
But
about a
I don't
minute.
feel
and a
I don't
half.
feel too confident in this Ken Z guy right now. All right, he's looking
He's
pretty
gonna drop
shaky with
right
these
now.
200s. He might find a drop. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Everyone really holding.
Boom!
Okay. Boom! Alright. I hitting that 4,000 combo mark.
Good lord.
Oh no!
Oh, you were the one that cursed him. Oh,
no.
good job, Toph.
Ah,
Good job,
dude.
Toph.
I used to, back when I first started commentating, it was like I was the torch carrier from Juan. He passed it to me,
He passed
and then I
it.
just kind of lost it. And I'm coming back, boys.
Spam booming.
I'm making a curse-entating comeback.
Yeah, curse-entating. Let's check out this guy's stupid band as we near the end. Oh, rip Thailand.
Double Thailand break. Oh, I finding
Oh,
a break as well.
boom!
Everyone finding a break except Lost Cool. This is like really dense though. Like,
Yeah, this is devolved.
how
into
are
this.
all of these players doing so well on this? There are 399s.
Goodness. I can't.
So I think it's fair to say that if the pools get harder, I mean, like, or if we were on a harder pool, then US would have a pretty fair advantage in the rice department. Though I can't say much about this pool. I think it's hard enough that they might still hold an advantage, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
But that's it for the US warm-up. Now on to Thailand's, whatever that may be.
Yeah, another warm-up. More curse-entating to come.
Of course.
Of course. There will always be curse-entating.
Weebs stick together. Together being two separate words. Oh no!
Oh,
no,
yes!
Don't do this to me!
Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
No!
Oh, yes!
Oh my god, dude. Oh my.
Bump this! Bump
I
it!
really. I love this, but why?
Crank it, Happy Stick! Crank it, Remco!
We need the.
I don't want to hear my own thoughts.
We need the video that goes along with this.
I don't want to hear myself think.
We got some
The
weeds
duration of
coming from
this.
Thailand. Thank you,
I'm-
Chika Fujiwara.
I'm just gonna make my ears bleed now.
It's OD0.
I'm
It's
cranking
made by
the volume.
Plexo. We got some long notes. Probably.
Just a few.
Yeah, just a few. Maybe one or two.
Here we go. Here we go. The stream has been terminated due to copyright claim. Shit fans.
Yeah, there's a few elements. Not too bad so far. This is 7.4 stars? Where does it get 7.4 stars?
Toaster.
I'm so
Are you
I'm
still
so
talking?
nervous. I am. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting it. My bad. I'll just
This is an experience.
It's not the same without the video though.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
I remember seeing this for the first time.
Yeah.
When I was
Just
watching
like
the
what?
show. I was so confused.
I was so like mesmerized and confused.
I was amazed.
I was like,
frankly.
whoa, what is happening?
God, dude. I still don't know where that star rating came from. I mean, there were a couple of LN bursts, but score difference.
Ooh,
USA 500 points.
yeet.
Yeet. Oh, there's 100 from Lost Cool. What's that ratio?
Brother.
Brother.
That's a
Jeez.
ratio. Is
Oh, Lost Cool rolls a 3.
Oh, oh, oh no, no.
Ooh, okay, so it's gonna be Thailand banning first.
Really?
Yeah, I believe US already rolled. They got like a 50, but I don't know what I expect them to ban in this case.
Don't ban the SDs.
Don't ban the SDs.
Maybe that missing week.
I don't know. Who knows? Like, I can't tell you what they're gonna ban.
I don't know. I don't know why there's confusion over who's banning first. I mean, he rolled a 3. Wait, do I see my boy Edgar Figaro in the chat? What is up, my dude? Tiger Eyes is another cute ref, by the way. He is, alright. Tiger Eyes is the cutest ref. This is common knowledge. I mean, I'm down to listen to this song again, though. They can take their time on bands. But anyways, we take a look at the bracket. This is the last match of the weekend. Winner to face the Philippines in the winner's bracket. The loser will drop to face Macau. That's what we're waiting for bands.
following this match, we will also have the semifinals map pool showcase. I'm excited for that too. I want to see it. I want to see the map for next week.
That's true. So if you want to check out the map pool for next week, stick around after the match.
Oh, they banned 44 River. That's something I didn't expect to see. Oh no, I guess I did expect something like that. I said missing week instead, but 44 River makes sense. I like the background music.
No, they banned Nice Boys.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this background music.
I actually think that's a fair ban from the US.
Yeah.
Because Thailand showed that they're really good at SVs, especially in like group stage. And then they also have a point where so Boss Madwolf is like the big SV player on Thailand's side.
Yeah.
And Boss Madwolf kind of weakens to like harder patterns later on. So something like Hypnosis would be harder for him to handle than Nice Boys, which is relatively easy patterning. So they're probably just taking him out of the equation and just hoping that they're going to be able to take Hypnosis based solely on that.
And opening with Sebe here is the United States.
Hey, yes, sir, we're going into some super dense chord streaming right off the gate. This has been one of the most popular picks. I think it's been picked in every match.
Yeah, actually, I think it has been. And here we go. The start of the final match of the weekend underway. Thailand and the United States.
Yeah, Sebe has 100% pick rate with this pick.
Yeah. It's a very popular choice, and Kenzie's Ack is going to drop down below the 99%, giving the US the early lead.
Indeed, I think that's basically what the US is banking on right now, is that Kenzie's accuracy is going to be a little bit lower than Law School's and the US's in general. Though a miss would change a lot on either side.
Oh, yeah.
This is definitely close enough that any mistake is really going to be huge.
Especially considering we're halfway through already. Yeah, a mistake like that will be punished, and there's not enough time to recover from miss, even if you have the better act. But neither team showing a miss. The accuracy lead still with the United States. Lost cool with the 9984.
No drops on that burst. There's a couple of weird patterns at this ending with some brackets that could cause some drops, and it does get a little bit denser, so
Kenzie's just holding on.
I'm really nervous right now.
Praying
no
for
breaks. No one's breaking, dude.
Incredible. Are we going to see the four-way? FC. Kenzie's praying for a miss from the US. Holding on.
Oh,
Stupid Man provides one!
Right at the end.
There's not
enough time.
No four-way FC, but the point goes to the US.
Jeez, don't scare us like that, dude.
Oh! That one hit me right in my sternum.
Yeah, that one hurt a bit.
that one was a Yikes, dude. Stupid man.
That was interesting. Alright.
Alright, so the caster's curse.
Pick, I expect
caster's cursing.
Yeah. I expect Secret
Still
Wish
on
to come
point.
out. That's my guess from Thailand.
Yeah, that would be a good pick here.
Okay, or Algorithm. I guess they're gonna go
or
with
not.
that.
Yeah, just do what we don't say. Cool.
I think,
make us
I think
smart.
this is a fair pick.
I
Not
think
gonna
they're
lie.
doing this on purpose to make us look dumb.
I mean, that's what I thought about Brazil too. So, I mean, you know, it just happens. I've been very bad at predicting picks this turn.
All right. Oh, algorithm. This hasn't been played that much this weekend.
Yeah, it's been picked twice. Yeah, twice. So this weekend. So it hasn't been super popular. It also hasn't been banned at all, so this is the only action that it's getting from plays.
Yeah, I think it's been played a few times before.
Yeah, twice.
But yeah. But it hasn't
I don't know
definitely
who-
hasn't been one of the first choices in a match before.
Yeah, no, it's usually not. It's
Usually just kind of there
I
when
definitely wouldn't. It's like really long too. Like it's the longest pick in the pool outside of the maybe no, it's one of the longest picks in the pool, along with the Senya one, the consistency map.
Yeah.
So it's really not the first choice for a lot of people, just for that fact alone.
Thailand apparently going to try to test the consistency of the United States.
I think they feel confident in their own LN ability. I think they are in a position where they can definitely full combo this consistently, and they're just assuming that the US isn't as strong with their LN consistency, so they're trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
At
right
the
now
moment, accuracies are pretty close to, well, kind
it's Kenzie
US
once
has-
again.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a
Squishy!
hit from Squishy. And that's exactly what Thailand was hoping for.
But they got to be careful because on a long map like this, we saw Brazil do this to China. There is plenty of time for the United States to recover that. But Stupid Man does drop as well, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and
don't
with Lost
think-
Cool's 99.86%
Squishy.
accuracy.
Yeah, right now Thailand really banking. Even so, Kenzie's accuracy is still putting this into question. But Squishy again!
Yeah, and this is pretty much exactly what we expected to see. It's exactly what Thailand wanted to see out of this. It's like these LM patterns are really hard, and
Oh yeah,
you know,
they are.
keeping it in a position where the U.S. has issues on LNs like this means for 3.5 minutes straight means that they're going to get enough drops that even like a choke.
Oh, but Lost Cool's dropped!
Wow, I am so good at timing.
And yeah, good job. And now Kenzie, the only man holding with 98.6, is the only FC. And the US now have time and a window to come back.
Yeah, it's notable that these scores are still really close, even with the number of misses from the U.S. side. They're starting to bring it back. Their accuracy is definitely helping them out.
Squishy
but
and Lost Cool gonna
trades it with
trade it.
Lost Cool. That's going to give a small advantage to the U.S. actually in terms of
Yeah,
who
it's
gets more score
actually-
bonus out of that. Since Lost Cool has such a high accuracy.
Yeah, anytime Lost Cool's accuracy drops, that's really going to narrow that score.
And like, look how close it is right now. It's like
it is
10,000
slowly
points.
narrowing. And there's a
Like
quarter
5,000
left.
points right now. This ending is really hard though, so this is going to be the place for the U.S. to really need to hold up their resolve.
Stupid Man's down. Squishy's
So is
down.
Squishy.
Double miss from the United States.
And that might end up sealing it if Thailand doesn't have a huge meltdown right here. They're going to be taking this point in their...
And Thailand now open the gap back up. And Kenzie's rocking the full combo. He and Lost Cool gonna cruise to Thailand's first point.
Yeah, definitely not the most stellar accuracy in comparison to everyone else in the room, but holding that full combo is huge for Thailand.
Yeah, Kenzie with the FC coming through for Thailand. They tie it at 1.
All right, Lost Cool. You do that. 4 200s. That's nice.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
All right.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Bye.
Get it? Lost Cool? Haha, I am a comedian. Yeah,
Wow.
that's an insane
Wow, you
score.
wrote that joke yourself?
I did. Are you
Wow.
proud of me, Nolan?
I am proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be here all night.
I'm proud of the one and only Toph Daddy.
Yes, I am too. I'm proud of him too.
Whoever that man is. We're going to be restarting the client, and we'll get right back into it. It's going to be the Americans' pick next.
Yeah, I'd expect something like that missing week to come out from them. I think that's the best option in this case, just, you know, given that they have they likely want to go for the rice advantage that they have, that overall, you know, skill that they have. And that missing week is the one that'll let the team take the most advantage out of it.
Yeah, we could also see them maybe try their hand in something like a hybrid map like Korea. We've seen.
Yeah,
then again,
I could see that, but I feel like they'd feel more comfortable going with something like that missing week for.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel. Yep, and there it is. As you called, that missing week, the pick from the U.S.
See, I can read Stupid Man's mind. I was on a team with him, so I know how he thinks.
Fair enough.
We both got this. I know his. But yeah, we got another 3.5 minute chart coming in. We're just getting all the long picks out of the way first. Aside from like Bay, which was really short, but the other two, those have been both some of the longest picks in the pool.
Who's Toph Daddy? Somebody goes Toaster's father.
Thank you, Nivrad. Thank you.
Oh,
yes,
Niv. We
I'm
love you,
his
Niv.
dad. I'm his dad.
Hello, Toph Daddy.
I'm so glad I made this name change. It's the greatest
Me
choice
too,
I've
man.
ever made. It's the greatest choice I've ever made. Whoa, was that an actual miss from Kenzie, or is that client?
It was an actual miss.
Does seem to be the case.
Because that accuracy don't lie.
Missing the first couple of notes. It's not a great start, but if you miss anywhere, that's the place to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna kill Thailand. But here we go as we get into the chart. Lost Cool actually holding the best act right now.
He's
And
been
Kenzie,
doing that for most of the charts so far.
Yeah,
he's
but
done that
on
for
the
all
other
three.
hand, his teammate has been holding the worst accuracy of all four.
Yeah, it's something that you really got to overcome. He's been doing a good job of holding combo. He hasn't missed a single time. Well, besides the, one he did right at the beginning of this chart.
Yeah, I was like, you mean besides this one?
Yeah, besides this one. But I don't think that was much of a consistency break, as it was a, oh, it's starting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or he had his fingers on the wrong keys or something along those lines.
But again, because of that strategy, basically, because that setup, Thailand are dependent on misses from the United States. If the U.S. don't provide anything, then Thailand just instantly lose due to their accuracy.
Yeah,
and Kenzie does drop.
Kenzie. And not only that, but even if the U.S. breaks, they have
Lost
to bank
Cool!
on themselves not dropping, like Lost Cool just did now. So now they're working on 2 full combos versus 0.
And 2 great accuracies coming in from the U.S. players right now. So Thailand very much behind, but on a longer chart like this, there still is a chance to catch up, but it's going to involve Kenzie's act just skyrocketing up and some misses from the U.S. And there's Ayaya, and there's Ayaya. Ooh.
That is one miss, but luckily with how long this is, misses aren't as big of a factor. Really keeping that accuracy up is the biggest factor.
Exactly.
And since Lost Cool and Kenzie both already dropped, and
there's
there's whoa. That's a double drop from the U.S., but Lost Cool also finds one. Kenzie, the only one with a count. Okay.
Oh, okay. Good job. Good curse. Good curse. But yeah, as you said, the American players were able to keep their accuracies up through the misses, and that's what's crucial. Because now they both have higher accuracies than Lost Cool. Ayaya. Duh!
Yeah, the accuracy on the U.S. side is too much for the Thailand team to really take any advantage out of unless there's a meltdown.
Yeah, but they keep
Especially
missing.
given that we're coming up pretty soon to the outro, which is the easiest part of the chart. So this is the very end. They need something to happen very soon.
Yeah, but Kenzie just dropped for Thailand. That's really going to make things difficult for him. Ayaya's going to trade it back, though.
And there it goes. This is the outro now. Nowhere left to run. And I think that's going to seal it for the United States. They're going to take their second point in the match. As long as nothing super catastrophic happens. That would be unfortunate.
We get through the outro. Doesn't look like Thailand can do anything here. And a brilliant pick from the United States playing their rice advantage. As you predicted. And the U.S. gonna take the 2-1 lead here.
Yes, sir. And going back to Thailand's pick. Maybe now they're going to go with Secret Wish?
And there it is.
That's my expectation.
Yeah, that would be a good pick for Thailand.
I think it's basically like, given how algorithm went, I think it's a good place to just, get a free point, I guess. I wouldn't necessarily call it free, but they have a good chance, I think, on something like Secret Wish.
Who said rip Macau in the chat? I'll have you know Macau won.
They did win.
They did win.
Maybe they're talking about the fact that they'll be getting either the United States or Thailand in the next match.
But Macau's gonna win. So why would you say...
You got me there.
Like, the loser of this match is essentially eliminated from the World Cup because you're not beating Macau. This is a death match. Oh man,
Kenzie, pick anything LN, Lost Pool, I'm dead. Oath Nova? Why are they not going with Secret Wish? This is so strange.
I don't think we've seen this one played too much either.
Yeah, it was played in the last match, but other than that, I haven't seen it a whole lot. This one would mark the third time it's played? Yeah, third time. Actually, with that... Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. I needed to get my bearings together. It is the third time it's been picked. So this is actually really surprising because I think this is one of those charts that the US is going to be able to handle LN-wise a lot better than something like Algorithm or Secret Wish.
Algorithm really
I think this is an interesting position for US to possibly get a break point if they can play well on.
Oh, and a break point here would be absolutely massive.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the U.S., they are kind of out of safe rice picks, too. So they're in a position where they might be giving their own breakpoints away if they choose incorrectly. Because, like,
that kind of puts more emphasis on this point here if they can take this break point.
It makes them feel a bit safer and also probably puts a lot of pressure on Thailand because now they would need to take at least one break point to guarantee a tiebreaker.
As we get into it here, accuracy's dropping though. It's lost cool with the best accuracy, but once again Kenzie with the worst. And
Ayaya and catching everyone off.
Ayaya still flirting with 99s as Stupid Man to the 98.5s. But lost cool with the 99.6.
Ooh, Stupid Man finding a drop in the slow gem. This isn't the most important part of the chart to keep combo in, especially since he did it before the 400 combo mark. So there isn't quite as much gain from that.
Yeah.
Plus the accuracy on the side of Thailand is enough that they can definitely come back from a drop like that.
Yeah, but as you said, that's a brilliant point. Thailand were not able to fully capitalize off of that miss because he missed before the 400 combo. So if Thailand do miss, the US will be able to fully capitalize off that and take an advantage.
Yeah, and the accuracy advantage I think is in favor of the US just a little bit right now because of Kenzie being so much lower than Stupid Man.
Yeah, because Ayaya really caught up in the act game.
Yeah, he's not too
Oh!
but there's a miss.
I spoke too soon.
With that miss, I think if he didn't miss there, the U.S. would be able to pick up a score advantage from that. Though Kenzie with a drop as well. The less important of the two Thailand players to
Yeah, but still, at this point, anything to kind of halt that score advantage for Thailand is good for the U.S. because, as we said, I still think they do have the accuracy advantage here.
Yeah, and that lead is going in favor of the U.S. right now.
Just because of how low Kenzie's accuracy is.
And with Stupid Man coming right back up to the 99%, Lost Cool is doing what he can to really give Thailand as good of a chance as possible, but I think they need to bank on more breaks from the U.S.
And there's a break from Ayaya once again, and Thailand gonna come back into it now. Will the U.S. be able to hold on?
Now, Thailand probably going to take a small lead, but the accuracy advantage, once they get up to 400, is going to give U.S. the advantage again.
Yeah, and there it goes, 400 combo, and it's going to come right back into the favor of the United States.
This is so close, though. It's hard to say anything about it.
It's very close.
And it's not like the accuracy advantage is super big either. The average accuracy is probably different by about 0.2%, which is something that you can especially make up with misses. And coming into this ending section, it gets a lot denser. And this is where I'd expect a team like United States to struggle a little bit more than earlier.
Here, the U.S. need to kind of really build up a little bit of the score advantage so they can be safe from a miss, but Ayaya's dropped again!
Kenzie also follows up.
Raising it!
Lost Cool and Stupid Man holding onto their combos as best as possible. If either one of them breaks, I think that's
for life for Lost Cool and Stupid Man as we near the end. The score difference is so close.
Okay, these trills could mean a lot here. If one player rushes a trill, that might be it. And these are harder to hit than it seems.
It all comes down to this. For the potential.
Oh, no one drops on any of the trills. Stupid Man coming back from those early breaks.
The U.S. are pulling ahead. Ayaya is not behind from the late misses. The accuracy is enough. The United States take the break point. They lead it 3-1.
And it's back to their own pick, too. So they could go up a huge advantage now. They could go up 4-1 with this, guaranteeing at the very minimum a tiebreak. Lost Cool with 6-200s. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing, dude? This guy over here. Oh. All right, Lost Cool. Go ahead and flex a little more, please.
Flex. When you get an SDG on an LN map in the pool, just to flex on the other.
Oh my goodness. Now, where do the Americans go here? I think they might lean to somewhere like Lemuria, like.
Well, I think there's three choices here. They go with either Kimito Doreka, which is risky, Lemuria, which is also risky, or they throw a huge loop and go with Hypnosis.
But they basically already, Kimito. I was gonna say, actually, I was about to talk about Kimito Doreka because again, they just won a long consistency pick, and here you have another one. The Americans seem to be better in the longer game.
Yeah, we could see that from the warm-up, too, with Ayaya and Stupid Man both absolutely demolishing the 4.5 minute, rice-based warm-up that they used. And that will likely be shown here as long as... But, here's the thing. I don't know whether Kenzie's accuracy is going to be as weak. It's definitely not going to be as weak as it is on the other charts that have been in this pool. So,
yeah, because I think this is one of the more easier charts in the pool.
Oh, it is. It's arguably the easiest chart in the pool.
Definitely.
And if Kenzie's accuracy is good, he's been showing a mad amount of consistency on some of these charts.
Oh, absolutely. So, the thing is, if Kenzie, it's not so much that Kenzie's accuracy's been low, it's the fact that his accuracy's been low and he's been missing.
Sort of, but on the first two charts, he didn't miss at all. He got full combos on both of them.
Exactly, and Thailand were contesting those two picks a lot better than they were these past two. So again, the lower accuracy is not a huge problem if you're not missing a bunch.
Yeah,
Because
in this
then you're
case,
also
I
giving
do
your-
not think Kenzie's going to be missing a lot.
No, because look at his accuracy. He's
I
starting up very strong here.
Yeah, I could definitely see a 4-way full combo coming in on this chart.
It is dead even.
Watchcool, I think, found a 200 or two, dropping that accuracy and giving the United States just the slightest advantage, but it's pretty
so
much
did I,
non-existent.
Yeah, it's there again. The difference is between Kenzie and Stupid Ben, but it's not as nearly as big of a difference as we've been seeing. Kenzie is doing an excellent job of keeping his accuracy up here.
As we can see from that break, US does have a very minuscule lead, but that means nothing in the face of how long this chart is, given we still have 2/3 of the whole thing left.
Absolutely, this is not over by a long shot. And the score flickers back and forth, but the US have the slight advantage.
Yeah, 2,000 points of difference between the two. That is nothing on this
That is
chart.
crazy.
One miss is more than enough to take care of that.
And Mackenzie's accuracy is slowly slipping, making that difference for the US more visible than normal.
Yeah, both of the US players staying pretty consistently around that 99.7 range. Logical holding on to 99.8, but Kenzie falling behind just a little bit more than that, 99.5. Still holding exceptional accuracy, just not quite enough to take care of the consistency that we're seeing from the United States.
But yeah, a miss at any point from either side is going to be pretty brutal now, considering we're in the final third map. There's not going to be enough time to really make it up. I'm not quite sure if they can do it, if there was to be miss.
I'm curious to see how this solo section until LMs go. I expect neither team to really have too many problems with it, but you never really know what's going to happen, especially on a chart of this length.
Yeah, Ayaya did find a 200 there. But able to hold on. And again, if we see no misses, it will appear as if the United States are going to take it off of accuracy.
Yeah, that definitely, I think if there's no misses, this is US's game.
All Thailand can do is sit and wait for a miss from the United States. And Kenzie is there this time to capitalize off of a miss, but
Yeah, absolutely. His accuracy is right with them. It's just not quite enough to make it as close as it needs to be to maybe break it out if there isn't a miss.
I mean, hold your breath for the ending here, folks, because there's still plenty of time. It could go back in a flash if we see a miss.
And no, that's going to be it.
But we won't!
4-way full combo. The US is going to take that sheerly off of accuracy. That's almost 3 990s.
Don't jinx it. That's our job.
It is our job, yeah. We're actually not doing our job properly at this point.
Exactly, we need to be curse-tating harder. With the United States now at match point, leading it 4-1. Thailand with the pick. A long road ahead if they're going to win this match.
Yeah, if Thailand wants to win, they have to win all 4 of the next charts.
I mean, and look what's still left. You have Secret Wish, Lemuria.
Oh yeah, no, everything
Hypnosis.
left kind of just screams Thailand can't win this.
I think you throw Hypnosis at him. Yeah, there it is.
Wait, hold on. That wasn't... Hold on. Aya is not a Thailand player. He did not choose Hypnosis.
Oh wait, yeah, wait.
This is not the choice.
Wait,
This was not picked.
Wait.
You know, yeah, okay, we're getting confirmation. This definitely was not Thailand's pick. I just said that,
Yeah.
but he's not a Thailand player.
I was like, wait a minute. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because the backs
I
are
don't
kind
think
of
it would be
against the
a
wall.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, their backs are against the wall. They throw in a wild card, see what happens. Though I think they have better options.
I think you either go with Hypnosis or you go with Lemuria. Throw a hybrid.
If I were in Thailand shoes, I go with Secret Wish because they still haven't picked that, and I don't know.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that.
Like
I
that's.
totally
I feel
forgot
like that's open. That's like right there.
That's open? Oh. Well, pick it. By the way, guys, Tiger Eyes, best referee.
Thank you, Tiger Eyes.
He's the cutest boy. Oh, Tiger, your shenanigans. There he is in the chat.
All right. Did they actually pick? Oh no,
Dual
they picked Dual
Fractal.
Fractal. Interesting. Why are they not going with? What's it called now? Hey.
What? The Secret Wish?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
yeah, that smart idea I had.
Yeah, that one that I was talking about 3 seconds ago. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Short-term memory loss.
Do they know what this pool is? Like, Thailand's just kind of talking as if they don't know what's in the pool.
Is that
Interesting.
LN?
Is that LN?
Yeet. Yeet. So literally
I can't quite make that. I can't do the yeet quite like that.
You know, if you actually, it's funny if you inhale a vape and then just do the yeet.
Oh my god!
It comes out so much deeper. It's actually insane.
Noted. I don't have a vape, but noted.
It'll make your voice deeper, so you can say anything, literally anything.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's like a reverse helium balloon. Anyway, more important stuff. So far, accuracy's looking fairly decent. Lost cool, very good egg. Kenzie's dropped a little bit, but it's manageable. Listen, Judy, don't question me, alright? I know these things. Ayaya's gonna find the first miss of the match, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna give an early lead to Thailand. Accuracy definitely the name of the game here, though.
And he dropped Ak.
Yeah, Aya's accuracy is not their strongest. There's enough time in this chart where he can definitely bring that accuracy back, but with how short this is, misses mean a lot more
that may
than
be,
they would on a
that
longer.
may be all Thailand needed, and now Ayaya's Ak is so low, it's kind of... Even though Kenzie's Ak is low, the Americans have a player who's low, and Lost Cool's difference between him and Stupid Man may be enough here.
Only have a third of the chart left.
Oh, Ayaya is furiously trying to recover Ak to flip it back.
Yeah.
And they're trying, but he's missed
but
again!
there's a miss!
And that may seal the deal.
Yeah, I don't think there's
the
any
Americans
chance to
would
come
have had
back
enough time.
unless... The only chance is if Thailand
No,
finds misses,
Ayaya's
but
dropped again.
there needs to be a meltdown, but I think this is going to be a pick point for Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Luckily for the United States, that does not mean the end of anything, since, you know, they are on their own pick now with a chance to win, assuming that they do end up taking this. Looks like a double three-way full combo in this match.
Pretty crazy, and that's gonna be another one for Thailand. 4-2. I almost said 5-2. 4-2 the score. Do we see the comeback coming?
Well, if Thailand ends up getting this break point, they have a pick in Secret Wish.
Yeah,
which they still haven't picked.
Again, this is a very scary situation for the US. They have to win this pick.
Yeah, they have a choice between basically They have two choices: Hypnosis or Lemuria. And they're going with Hypnosis. Uh-oh. I'm nervous about this, dude.
They're taking the risk.
Gekido's coming in. SV Master of the United States. I'm so nervous.
They're laying it all on the line.
Who's...
Yeah.
Are they talking about the US's Aya, or is there a different Aya? I don't know what's happening right now.
I
think this chart is at the point where I think Boss Mad Wolf isn't quite strong enough physically to
But I still think they
keep up
have to
with
bring
it.
him in.
Oh, not necessarily. He's definitely the best SV player on Thailand, but that doesn't. But if someone is more physically capable of it and practices it, then they're more likely to get a good score with the players who can physically keep up with
And
it.
they're
as
not
long
gonna
as
bring
they
him
know
in.
the SV.
Gekido for Ayaya, the only substitution. And here we go. Onto Hypnosis.
Possibly the last pick of this quarterfinal stage.
Thailand facing elimination from the winner's bracket. And Gekido actually tanked a little bit back there.
Kind of. He just got a bunch of regular 300s. Still
Yeah.
up at the 99.9. Ken Z, on the other hand,
Yeah.
all the way down at that low 99%. This pattern's hard. 100 from Gekido.
Oh, Ken
The
Z.
accuracy seems to be... Oh, yeah, there's like huge accuracy breaks on the side of Thailand. US still
US
holding
dropping,
super
yeah.
strong right now.
Yeah, Gekido in the 98.5s. Stupid Manning, Lost Cool basically offsetting each other. The difference is between Gekido and Ken Z.
Seems
I don't
both
even-
teams did put enough practice into this to understand what's going on, but it just comes down to how well they can accuracy the changes in spacing that happen between a lot of these nodes.
Yeah, I don't even know if a miss from the United States would be enough to flip this. It'd be
Yeah,
very
I'm
close.
not, it is pretty close right now, even so a miss. This part's actually pretty interesting though. If there's a mistake, you could end up rushing an entire column, and that would not fare very well for whoever does that.
Yeah.
But
It's
Ken
still
Z does find the combo break there. Doesn't end up
Oh.
rushing, but that's going to give an even larger advantage for the United States.
Gekido does miss. Oh, Kenzie just had to broke, and Thailand would
Oh,
have had
but-
a chance, and Kenzie breaks again.
And this ending isn't really super hard in terms of SVs. It's just about the patterning now. And I think that is going to end up being it. I don't think there's much of a chance for Thailand to come back in this now.
No, it looks like their fate is sealed. A well-played match.
Gekido dropping right
drops
at the end.
and the United States will be taking the win. They punched their ticket to finals win. They beat Thailand 5-2 the final.
Yes, they have. They will be moving on to winners semifinals to face the Philippines next weekend with the semifinals pool that we'll be showcasing soon.
Oh, that's
And
going to
then
be a great one.
Thailand will be knocked down to the losers bracket to face Macau as their first
Well,
match in the losers
Rip
bracket.
Thailand, am I right, chat?
Yeah.
It's over. It's over for Thailand.
What an unfortunate
Oh.
series of events for Thailand.
Unfortunate. They have to play Macau. Oh,
Yep, and out of those 8 teams that are now down in the losers, only 2 of them will make it to top 6 to play in the finals map pool. All 4 of the teams left in winners bracket being USA, Philippines, South Korea, and China will all guarantee their spot in finals week.
well, guys, coming up next is going to be the semifinals map pool showcase, and with that, will also come my exit from the booth because I don't do showcases around
A
here.
good old switcheroo. We had Nivred swap out with you for this
Yeah,
match.
we're
And
gonna
now
be
he's
tagging
coming
it
back.
back in. It's just like a wrestling match, tagging him back in.
Hello.
Hello, Niv.
Hello,
me.
Nivred.
Oh, it's
Nivrado.
me. Nivrado. All right, Nivrado.
Nivrado.
You wouldn't believe how often I get called Nivrado in video games where you can't tell the 0 and the O.
Huh. Well,
I'd be more
Nivrado
surprised.
and Toph Daddy, it's been a pleasure. But I'm going to be bopping out.
Yeah.
And these two will be taking you beautiful people through the map pool showcase. So, guys, take it away.
Absolutely. I hope you're ready for this. The semis map pool now has 14 maps. That's up 2 from the last time. And there is definitely a skill jump in all of it.
Yeah, as you might expect from any change in the map, but we're gonna see I think quarterfinals to semifinals is generally considered one of the largest jumps in difficulty, if not round of 16 to quarterfinals for most like Mania tournaments in general.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
we can definitely expect this same kind of deal to happen. And if you've seen the past of Mania 7 key tournaments, you'll know that it gets hard once semifinals comes around.
Very, very hard. This is the part of the tournament where I can no longer play the maps myself, which makes it a little harder to get a feel for them, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, you'll also tend to notice that most of the maps hit the 6-star range now. And given that only one of the maps last pool was 6 stars, that's just a lot. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Say Bay.
Oh, okay.
The tiebreaker, I don't think, was 6 stars.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The tiebreaker was just below 6 stars.
Yeah, it was like 5.98 or something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what the star rating of this tiebreaker is, but it is quite
it's a lot. It's also the longest tiebreaker we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this will be a fun time. We'll be getting started shortly, so don't go anywhere. We're just getting it set up.
Yeah, while we wait, we can take questions as well about the tournament, about ourselves, about whatever. So
Here's an important
ask
one
away.
Here's an important one from Ivan Day 1. Is Toph Daddy more Toph or Daddy?
Next question. I don't know the answer to that.
Which part is more essential?
Neither is more essential. They're both necessary for the whole.
You can't have the Toph without the daddy, you can't have the daddy without the Toph.
Exactly. See, that's what's happening here.
Alright.
Well,
We got the maps pulled up and we're getting right into a first
I'm already happy. My wish has been granted. We got your boy, COD2 Jr.
COD2 Jr. back
again. Back at it again with our density pick of the pool. You know, this is usually the position in the showcase that we'd see our consistency choice, but now that we're in semifinals, consistency doesn't exist. It's all just dense.
That is right.
That's pretty much exactly what we're gonna get out of this chart.
Now, worth mentioning is that also the length is 3 minutes and 11. There's a very big intro of no notes, so it's a bit closer to 2 minutes, and we're getting started right off with 6.5 star rating. Like you were saying, they definitely got amped up.
Yeah, and notably, this is 191 BPM, and the density pick of last pool, say Bay, I think was just under that at 180 or something like that. But notably, this one is 3 minutes long, so you have to keep up this density, and it's denser than Sebe, as you can probably tell.
I'm afraid to tell you that Sebe was 165.
Oh wow, I was way off. So this is a lot faster.
A huge jump.
Yeah, so you have to keep that density up, you have to have it faster, and you have to keep it up for longer.
Yep. We're already seeing some light course streams on the stream, and it's not letting up. Because in the second half, it's just gonna get harder.
Oh yeah, notably, this is a collab between COD2 Jr. and Remmering. So it's not just COD2 Jr., but I just wanted to...
Yeah, important to give credit to the mapper. In a way, this is a lot like Sebe, not just because it's the same mapper, but because the really dense part comes right at the end. So definitely think to be watching out for here. The point isn't decided until that hard part comes around.
Yeah, and there's some nasty patterns in this hard part. Like that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like brackety type patterns. Those are hard to play, especially like even at low BPMs, those are really hard to get.
I'm trying to play along on the table and my fingers won't move that way.
I definitely can't do it.
Yeah, back when I was just like a more competitive player, court streaming was definitely one of my strengths, but not anymore, not when we're in the semi-finals. This is the World Cup, folks. Here we go. We have 40 seconds left in the map, and all of it is going to be this density of course stream at 191 BPM. Also, shout out to Chewy, still holding the full combo on this demonstration play.
Yeah, I think he actually does hold the full combo with the whole thing. He almost double S's it, actually.
That is insane.
Look at that accuracy, it's 99.8.
Whoever's facing China will really have to watch out for this. We know who's facing China.
Huh?
Wait.
I'm confused. What's the
No,
point
hold
of...
on.
Chiwi's... Well, one, Chiwi's a Malaysian player, and he's not
Oh
in the
my god, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
tournament.
Let's move on from that. Look at that, 995k.
100. No 200s. All right. Map number 2 is coming up. It's going to be a chart by Reba, Tara, and Supernova. Time to Love. It's going to be our LN density pick. It might not be super obvious yet, but it's only 2 minutes long, 5.92 stars, 210 BPM. All right, and there's the LNs. I think it's fair now.
Yeah, getting
I
right
fucking
into
love
it.
K-pop. I really love K-pop.
I also love K-pop. Yeah, in some ways, this is more straightforward than Secret Wish, which was the map that was almost banned every time.
Yeah,
But-
I think it was expected to say that. I think in the notes it said something along the lines of that Secret Wish was the last of that type of LN map that we'd see. This is pretty close to that, but it's a little bit more forgiving and like it's not exactly like.
It's less awkward in the releases, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it is denser, which is why this
Yeah,
is the next pool.
Denser, harder, what you might expect from an increase in difficulty.
Here we go again with the second chorus. Each of the choruses are going to be harder than the one before it. So this is the medium version of the chorus.
The medium version. I'm just like
Yeah.
amazed that this isn't even the hard part.
Yeah, not yet. We have one more layer of long notes to add. Honestly, say what you want about K-pop, but this section is a bop.
I love Korean rapping. But yeah, here's that heavier chorus with the extra layer of LNs, throwing you for a loop a little bit. You can see Jinjin having some minor problems with it.
There we go. There's your long note density pick for all you long note lovers. Still in. Our next pick is going to be more mixed between the rice and the noodles. Sion, Megalara Garudo by Menthols with 3 Z's. I do like the difficulty name, Killer Wasp.
Yeah, it fits the background pretty well.
Yep. This is the point in the tournament where we take the accuracy tag off the mixed pick because it's so hard. It's not just a test of accuracy. But this is the easier mixed pick overall.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense that that's the diff name too, because the song name is also the genus for a wasp.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah, well, anyone playing this has to make sure they don't get stung. As you can see, there's some pretty fast single note patterns along with the stairs and jacks every now and then. And coupled along with that, because it is the mixed pick, you do have some long notes with difficult releases. Overall, not as bad as either of the maps we just saw, in my own opinion. Probably one of the maps is going to be most...
I could definitely see it being picked more than the others. I think it's safe to say that you would be right and that it's a little bit easier than both of the other two, but I think being a mixed pick requires you to kind of lighten up the difficulty in terms of each of your elements.
Oh, well, at least you say that, but wait till we see the other mixed pick.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is, so...
Yeah, we're in for a treat. But for now, we're still finishing off Killer Wasp. Ooh, did you see those jacks there along with the long notes? That is definitely going to be a place that
Not
these
the
moves.
most fun thing.
And just a calm intro to take us out of Killer.
And pick number 4 is going to be Beltane Rock Hill, a chart by Jinjin, Celtic Glee difficulty. This is our LN release chart. You might be able to tell that already. But star rating interesting, 6.8 stars. I don't know how it got that high being a release chart, but I guess we'll see later on.
Just it's a release chart, but clearly there's enough notes to really inflate that star rating. I think Jinjin made this specifically for an LN dance, so he was really focusing on making the long notes really hard. If you can already see, there's a lot of staggered endings without anything like particular to time it to, which with the violin melody in the background, that's definitely gonna make it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be testing. This is like the first thing I've seen in any of the pools that really screams LN releases quite as much.
Absolutely.
Like,
Look at
as
this part.
chart does.
With all
That is...
the long notes are kind of like randomized in length.
Yeah. Well, not randomized. I think there's a specific...
There's a
like,
pattern, but
thing. Oh,
to a
yeah.
casual viewer.
This is where the LN releases get really interesting, because now they're not just on the 1/4. You saw a couple of them on those 1/8 snaps, which is going to make you really pay attention to that. And now we got some staccatos. Just one more thing to add on to what you're paying attention to throughout this entire chart.
I gotta say, the long note to single note ratio in this map is insane. I think I saw like 1 or 2 single notes in there.
I don't know if I saw any. So
Who knows? Maybe I'm seeing things. Wouldn't be surprised at this point. I've commentated for like 4 or 5 hours. Alright. At least it's short. Going to the next one, which is not quite as short.
Not quite.
Map by Blocko. You remember last time when I said that we had a 6-minute map in the last pool? Well, it turns out I was wrong. It was in this pool with a length of 5 minutes and 57 seconds.
Not to mention OD9.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Since it's not an LN chart, it's not like the biggest deal. But even so, you're going to have to pay attention to your accuracy on it.
This is 6 minutes, and most of those 6 minutes are filled up with non-stop chord streaming. There's a few breaks, but this is definitely the point in the tournament where players will have to start watching their watching their stamina and making trade-offs between playing at their best and playing at a level that they can maintain for.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention that there are some small mini jack patterns. Like you just saw there's some transitions into different sections with mini jacks, which means you're going to have to pay attention a little bit more to transitioning in and out of, maybe conserving your stamina for chord stream and then hitting a mini jack pattern, which can actually be really hard to do.
Yes, you got to be in a certain mindset. You got to know when to give more energy and when to give less energy. And just like as it seems to be the pattern in this pool, just like the other maps in this pool, the harder part is in the second half, which is denser after the big break. So it's not just this level of chord stream. You got to do all this, then you have a break, then you get a worse part with no breaks.
Come on, it wouldn't be stamina if we didn't have 4 minutes straight of chord streaming now.
Of course not. Oh, we said so much stuff about this map and it's only 1/4 of the way through.
Yeah, we still got a good 4 minutes to go. We haven't really even hit the densest part of this chart yet.
No, not yet. We haven't even gone to the break.
Oh yeah, there is a break. It's really nice to hear that there's
one
a break.
break.
It's a pretty long break too. Like it's 30-40 seconds long, so it's a good chance for players to, recuperate and get their stamina back from this really tough early section in preparation for the ending. But you also have to make sure you're not unwarming yourself up by, doing whatever you can to stop.
Can't
Get
let
your
your
stamina
hands
back.
turn to ice on Ice Angel.
Exactly.
Well, after a few cheeky spacebar jacks, we're finally at the break section. It's kind of like playing 2 really hard 3-minute maps back to back in that sense.
And not much to say about this break section. Like I said, it's a pretty long break. Gives you a lot of opportunity to get your stamina back and make sure that your hands are all ready for this second half. Because there's no longer any other break in this chart. It just does chord streaming for an entire 3-minute section. And that's painful.
Very painful. The introduction of more stamina picks in this pool is also going to give an element of strategy, because playing this at the beginning of your match is a lot different from playing it at the end of your match. I'm not sure which is preferable, honestly, because if you play it at the end, then you're already tired going into it. But if you play it at the beginning, then you'll be tired for everything else.
Yeah, I guess
trade-off.
Stamina picks tend to have this amount of strategy behind them, where a lot of teams who feel comfortable with their ability to play something like this would want to get it out of the way early to tire their opponents out early on. Mm-hmm. But then if there are two teams that really aren't comfortable with this level of stamina, they have to wait till the end, and then they'll end up playing it worse because their hands are hurting at the end of a match. So it's like really awkward. If you're not capable of this, you are not going to have a good time with when this is picked regardless. Because it's either going to affect everything after it, or it's going to be affected by everything before it.
Such is the nature of stamina. You don't get to reset it in between matches, and you don't get to reset it in the second half of this map either. We're three quarters of the way through, and there's no more breaks for the rest of it. It's this level. Well, I guess it does taper off near the end, but this is definitely the hardest part of the map.
Yeah, we still have a quarter of the map left, which is just so funny to me that we're like, so we've been here for so long, and we still have probably a full minute and a half left.
I'm tired just watching this.
Yeah.
You can see a few misses coming out as well from Jinjin, our demonstrator. As the stamina gets the better of him.
And that jack at the end. That's so mean.
Yeah, adding insult to injury.
Yeah, going into this ending, a bit lighter than that hard section, as you would expect from the cooldown of this ending. But still something you have to keep in mind, because you don't get a stamina break going into this. So even this might end up being really hard, depending on whether your stamina is held.
Absolutely.
And there it goes. That's going to be it for our stamina pick. Our 6-minute marathon of a stamina pick. We're moving into our first SV chart. First one we'll be seeing for semifinals. This is the reading-based one by Maple Syrup. Indoor K Nara Trackmaker. Owo Edit difficulty. 3 minutes 14 seconds, so it's pretty long. Starts off with that slow jam, like we said. Haven't gotten into any of the harder stuff, harder SV patterns yet. But there are, as this is the reading SV chart, there's a lot of sections like this one where you have to be ready for this SV coming, and then also be ready for reading this kind of SV. And like this, it's really hard to explain SV maps like this right away, because it's hard to read, but not necessarily hard to memorize.
That's right. We had a map going straight from slow jam to fast jam back to slow jam here, and then even here there's a couple of unexpected pauses.
Yeah, what I would use to describe this, I would consider this relatively chaotic in terms of like the SVs that are used, just because it'll be a normal scroll speed, and then it'll slow down to 0.2, speed right back up, have a speed up in that next section, and go right back down to being slow again. And it's just,
you can't predict what's gonna come next unless you've played it before.
Yeah.
Here we are in the middle part. Yeah. Look at these speeds. This reminds
me of the Cryalians SV chart from group stage, where it slows down periodically, but this one has an extra layer to it.
Oh yes,
a lot at the end of it.
It's like that, but with 3 times more notes, and the SVs are much harsher. Oh, look at that. It starts fast, it goes slow, it speeds up again, there's a teleport, and you reset and do it. And all of that with long note releases.
And we still got a third of the map left. And notably, towards this ending section, about halfway through this ending, it gets pretty physically difficult to keep up with, which is something to note, especially with the SVs that are going to be thrown throughout it.
It's interesting because not a lot of SV maps are also long note maps, but this one fits the bill. Nothing compared to the actual long note picks, but you see here, there's a couple of tricky releases, multiple long note layers at once. Thankfully the SVs have calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Just some minor ones here. Gotta keep yourself ready to go, or just reading normal stuff. I mean, what's funny about this is that it might actually be relatively difficult to read this by itself, just because earlier on you were making sure that you were capable of reading through just some really odd SVs and like slow jams and fast jams and whatnot, and then it's just normal scroll speed, and you're like, wait, why doesn't this have an SV? And that's an interesting transition to make in the middle of one map.
Yeah, there's multiple aspects to this one. Well, at least it's okay, I was about to say it's relatively short, but it's not. But we're moving on to our 7th pick, Crux, the Apocalypse. Map set by Reba, but this difficulty is by Kim God SSI. This is our LN stream map, and we're getting started immediately with the LNs. Check out those 205 BPM piano streams with LNs.
Yeah, similar to the Kim God SSI chart from last pool, dual fractal. I think this is relatively comparable, you know, just a little bit faster, a little bit harder to read. Yeah, pretty much.
Now, we haven't seen anything super hard yet, but just wait for the piano solo to come around.
Yeah, like you said, starting off with some relatively easy patterns. I think these should be handled by pretty much anyone who's... I definitely can see the winner's bracket doing just fine on this intro. Earlier on though, or later on when we get to the piano solo, like right here, is where this is where it gets really interesting.
We have those staggered long note releases, and they're just constantly coming in. A little bit of a single note break. Well, I'd say a break, but it's still 205 BPM stream, so take of that what you will. The second level is even harder. Just do.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see how much harder this gets, because that already looked pretty difficult, at least to get accuracy on. I don't know if teams would have trouble comboing through something like that unless they just completely misread one.
Yeah, well
but
said.
I could definitely see accuracy having issues with those staggered releases.
Here's a nice little slow part, which is not actually slow at all for the fingers.
Yeah, definitely not easy to like keep. Whoa.
There it is.
See that?
Look at that. You see those
That's
triangles?
what I'm talking about.
I
wish I could.
Those
This
triangles.
was really fun to play. I would love to be able to play something like this.
Yeah.
I'll make it there one.
I gotta say, this pattern is probably harder to play than the actual song on piano. I'm saying that as a pianist. Just take my word for it.
I will take your word for it.
But yeah, that was the hardest part of the map with the long note. This is what long note stream means when you get to the semifinals. And that is the end of the map. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And coming in for pick number 8, we have Silent Room, Proto Flicker, a chart by Kawawa. Big ranked boy.
It says they're right. It says they're right in the difficulty. BMS level 17, Wawa, jump plus hammer. So guess what kind of patterns we're gonna be seeing.
I mean, we can already see them right now. We got some jacks coming in, and that's pretty much entirely what this chart's about. There's some bursts, as you can see, like obviously right there, but what defines this chart is going to be pretty much the constant stream of 1/3 jump or 1/3 jacks coming in throughout the whole chart.
This This is the first Court Jack map that's been introduced in this tournament for the first time in this pool. And we're about to see why we waited so long to introduce it, because we're getting into the harder part.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, this is about the same length as the previous chart, so it's not too long, but it's also not that short either. So you have to keep your Quarter Jack stamina going for quite a bit.
Court Jack drains your stamina so fast, man. Your hand is constantly moving up and down. That's a lot of energy expenditure.
7 key wrist jacking is tough. Not to mention that, like, finger independence, I mentioned this a lot, but finger independence does play a huge role in stuff like this, and with Quarter Jacks, needing to control upwards of 4 fingers on a single hand, and having the right combination of fingers going down is actually pretty hard.
Oh yeah, that's the understatement of the century. The Jinjin is now getting to the hard part. I said earlier it was the hard part. I was wrong. That was the medium part. This is the hard part. And it's probably where most of the matches are going to be decided, because that's a huge density spike.
Yeah, it does get slightly harder as we go along, but this is a general idea of where we're going to be sticking with the difficulty.
Remember, this is 140 BPM with triplets, which is equivalent to 186 BPM. And look at those 7-note chords sprinkled.
Whoa. It's equivalent to about 93.
93?
Yeah, these are 93 BPM jacks.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant 180 at 1/2 snap.
Yeah.
And 90 at 1/4. It's very fast. You can tell. Just look at the screen.
I think the biggest part of the difficulty of this is going to come from stamina and whether the team's... And I guess choking is a big deal, too. The thing with core jacking is that you're either good enough to hit it or you're not good enough to hit it at all.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If 2 teams are closely matched on something like this, it's going to come down to who chokes, or just it's going to be really close. Those are really the only 2 options.
It's very hit or miss, literally. Our next pick number 9, is Nanahoshi Kangen Gakudan Mei Karusa, mapped by Sankansuki, 1-ton fun difficulty. The one thing that this map has going for it, as far as being friendly, is that it's OD6. But this is our hybrid long note technical pick. You can already see there's a lot of erratic patterns. It throws a lot at you. It's very chaotic, and mixed in with that is the long note. Nothing too bad quite yet. It's just a pincher after all. Oh, that is funky.
Yeah. As the chart goes forward, we're going to be seeing some more technical aspects. The intro wasn't too complicated, but that definitely will end up changing as it goes on. Releases get tougher, more rigid patterning becomes more apparent. Like, you'll see more, like, anchory type mini jack-ish patterns.
It's also worth mentioning that this is 300 BPM. Not sure why that hasn't been brought up.
Yeah, 300 BPM is pretty fast, so that means that the burst that we're going to be seeing through this sometimes hit that BPM. Most of the mini jacks and technical patterns are at a 150-ish BPM.
That's fair. That's true.
So it's not something that I think people are going to have too many problems keeping up with. It's just a matter of getting through the technical patterns that go along with some relatively difficult LN releases in certain parts. And that's really the biggest part of getting through it.
Alright, we're getting a little break in the middle here. I say a break, but there's still some crazy polyrhythms here. Here we go, sax solo.
Notably, once we get in after this sax solo, we're going to get into pretty much the densest part of the chart, and it's going to get really hard. Like, it gets to be the hardest it is.
Notice all of these mini jacks happening at the same time as the long notes. That is the bane of a lot of players' existence. Not to mention we got a little more complex long notes coming on here, along with the weird streams, the brackets. Mini jacks still haven't gone. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Here we
you
go.
can
This is
see
the
a
big
lot
part.
of like bursty chord stream S patterns with these long notes with pretty odd releases to boot. Something that's going to take a lot of control to handle properly.
Ooh, those are really nasty jacks in the same hand as the long note being held down at the same.
Oh, that brackety LN. That's going to be painful for a lot of teams to play, I think.
Absolutely. Oh, I can feel myself getting exhausted just watching this map. I'm so glad I don't have to play it.
I don't think I'd pass this. I don't think I'd get even close to passing this.
Me neither. Maybe on a good day. Oh, that was jazzy as crap.
Jazz boys. I think this is going to be a relatively popular pick if they're at least for teams that don't necessarily feel super comfortable on either the rice or the pure LNs. I think out of the mixed ones, this looks like a really good choice for a lot of teams. Plus, with the song being good, it just gives them more of an incentive.
Yeah, of course.
But going into pick number 10, we have a Chroma song, Pon Pon Pom Poco Dai Sensa. I did not want to say that.
Oh, you did a very good job.
It's a map.
That was very
Thank
impressive.
you. It is a map by Jacad's BMS's Wet Dream difficulty. This is what is considered our technical pick for the map pool. Coming in at 183 BPM. It's not as fast as some of the other picks that we've had in the pool, but the patterning is definitely showing to be, or will definitely show to be, the point of difficulty that this chart brings with it.
That difficulty name is no joke. Look at these running men and the brackets that you pointed out.
Whoa,
You have some grace
what
notes.
is this?
A little bit of delay just for good measure. This map has all sorts of patterns. You name it, we've got it. Oh, look at that trill, that crazy dense trill.
These flams are going to be an interesting point of contention on top of just bursts in general being hard to handle. That beginning section wasn't too bad in comparison to that middle, I guess Jai, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the biggest point of difficulty for this. Then you just have to hold on to the density for the most part.
I do love Chroma's music.
Oh, geez.
Oh, here's the trills coming in.
Yeah.
Double stream
Those
trills,
are going to
brackets,
be
brackets.
really I pointed this out for Oath Nova Apocalypse from last round, and that the trills at the ending are going to be really hard to handle. Or
Yes.
not necessarily really hard to handle, but points of interest to see if people break on them. Because the moment you break on one of them, you're probably not on time with any of them, and you're just going to get really bad accuracy for that section. And given that there's multiple periods of those kinds of trills in this chart, there's a lot of opportunity for that to just cause major rushes.
Oh yeah, and that's followed right after it with some really dense brackety chord streaming, a couple of mini jacks, and then finally we're at the end. That's a 2-minute map that feels like it lasts forever. Our 11th pick, Penorari, Crossing Blue, map by Kabi, 7K map. This one is the mixed pick we were alluding to earlier, the harder of the mixed picks. And not to mention, it's also OD8, so these long notes are going to be even harsher. I think we'll see the real difficulty of the map once the LNs start to be a little more dense.
Oh, yeah, like right here. That looks a little bit... I mean, to me, that's
A little bit
looks hard to
challenging.
read. Yeah, not too bad, but
there's a couple
you'll
of
see bursts like that.
Yep.
Not to mention that this chord streaming isn't necessarily difficult compared to a lot of the stuff we've seen, but it's not like free or anything like that.
Oh no, it's 203. It's 234 BPM light chord streaming.
Yeah.
That is nothing to shake a stick.
Oh, and here's some of those tough LNs we were talking about. More
Nice.
of a more reading and release challenge than anything. There's just... It feels like this is just a really hard chart in general. Keeping up with the speed is no joke. I think this is one of the first times we've had a chart that you've needed to keep up with more than like 210 at any given
Oh,
time.
did you see that long note stream?
Yeah. Holding on to LMs, even with this speed on the outside of them, is just gonna be a huge challenge.
Yes, like a contradiction in form. So you gotta hold it strongly, but then you also have to move your fingers fast. There we go. A few more long notes to round off the map.
Oh geez, I can't tell if those are like actual. If that's just straight streaming, or if those were like little periods of broken chord stream.
It looks
Either
a
way,
little broken to me, but like you say, either way.
tough ending, tough chart in general. That's going to be an interesting one to see. And for pick number 12, 2 more before the tiebreaker, we're going to have colorful sounds for Eternal Drain, as you might expect from many of the charts of this. This is going to be our speed pick. Shoutouts to Delay Master.
Wasn't this in Tom Cup?
I have no idea.
Well, it sounds familiar in one way or another. Yeah, bringing the Blanco ET back.
Of course. These intro patterns don't seem super hard. Obviously, they're at 300. They're 300 BPM streams.
298.
So, well,
we're 2 BPM away from
fair,
the end.
fair enough. You take that. but yeah, they're really fast streams, so they're going to be hard to keep up regardless. But the patterning was pretty safe for that intro. I think that's obviously with those pads, those are pretty hard, and I think that's definitely going to end up changing once we get into the chorus. Patterning is definitely going to be pushing things to an extreme.
I can't wait for it.
And we can already see that in this transition.
There, go back to the delay. This is another map where, unlike the previous delay map, which was more broken streams, this is more straightforward stairs, but at the same time it's really dense. So stamina is also going to be a factor here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big test on who is not only capable of keeping up the speed, but also just reading through this dense of patterning. I mean, I'm sure I don't know really what to say about what teams are going to be capable of reading through density like this and which ones aren't. But the big part of this is that it is really fast.
Very, very fast. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the 13th map of the pool. Seal map of the tournament. As many of you might have been expecting, this is our SV memorization map. Tenchi Hagoromo no Me, dancing difficulty. Which is called that because you can see the notes dancing before your eyes. I have a note from the map selectors here. I'd like to read it to you. First of all, let me say this for sure the hardest SV map in the tourney by far until now. But rest assured there is something worse waiting. The SVs start off immediately. You see these teleports coming in. This is more focused on the reading side, but the teleports are really hard to read because they're really fast teleports, so you can't see the notes coming beforehand.
Okay, what? I'm going to be reacting to these SVs as they come out.
Yeah.
Some of these sections seem to just be pretty barren of SVs, and just as preparation for what we're going to be seeing later on. We saw obviously, like you mentioned, those teleports are. Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go into one of the more memo-heavy sections. You have to know the rhythm like the back of your hand because the map doesn't give you any of it.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
Cheeky slowdown. This is, I think the chorus of the map, where it has the most erratic rhythms that you really do need to know beforehand. This is why it's called memorization. Yeah. Unlike the previous few, we saw some people trying to sight read Nice Boys, but that's no longer a thing that's possible in semis. You will not pass this map if you don't know the rhythm.
Yeah, the HP8 being not necessarily super hard to keep up with, but it's not forgiving either. So if you're not able to read through these SVs, you're probably not going to be able to revive through after failing.
We're halfway through the map. Thankfully, the second half is kind of a mirror of the first half with small adjustments, so you don't have a whole 3 minutes of unique SVs, but it does mean you have to do it twice without fail.
So you really just have to make sure you memorize the first half. Once you get that down, you pretty much can handle the second half pretty safely, which makes it actually pretty nice as something you need to learn. It gives you an opportunity to try the same sort of stuff twice in each attempt, or at least the harder of the SVs, at least in my opinion. It gives you the opportunity to do those twice, which makes learning it a lot more quick of a process, not to mention that having half the chart be the same as what you already saw before, easier to learn in general.
Fair enough. By the way, huge shout out to Cryo, who just full comboed through all of the SV sections of the map. About hit 3,000. That is insane. I will be extremely surprised if anyone in the semifinals managed to get a combo as high as this. With the nerves along with the SVs, there's no...
Oh yeah, nerves are a huge factor always on SV maps. Even if you're super confident in your abilities on SV charts, those nerves can kill you.
Jin proving me wrong. He proved it on a sight read. Okay. I guess the HP drain isn't super bad because the patterning is quite sparse in comparison to the rest of the pool. But you're definitely not going to get a good score.
Yeah, and that was the last free mod pick of this pool. As you might see, this is our tiebreaker choice. Saikui featuring Such, Hype, Lapix remix, another chart by Reba. We've seen 3 sets by Reba. Only one of the ones earlier was actually by Reba. So now we have 2 of them. OD7 HP7, 175 BPM, the longest tiebreaker we've had so far at 4 minutes and 36 seconds. And the star rating on this is pretty neato. It's 7.12 stars.
Neato. Well, but it might not be the 6 minutes of Ice Angel, but it's still gonna test your stamina. Like, we already saw a pretty dense court stream. There's just gonna be more. There's so many notes here, I cannot possibly read through all of it. But just rest assured that this pick will test every skill in the player's arsenal. Here we have some jacks coming in along with the court stream. That's great. And some long note streams sprinkled in as well, just to keep it interesting.
Yeah, as you would like right there, as you'd expect from a tiebreaker, pretty much tests everything that you need to know about, or everything that you need to have abilities in order to handle, you know, a general pool. And as you might expect, this is a little bit harder than you would than the rest of the maps in the pool. You got some straight core streaming at 175 BPM, which isn't quite as fast as our fastest of the density picks, but it's also dense enough that holding on for this long is really hard. And it matches the difficulty of a lot of our long note picks from earlier, so definitely an interesting one to see.
I just realized this song is called Hype.
It is called Hype.
That's a good way to describe it, I would say, for sure. Looks like the density's been amped up even a little more for this longer chord stream.
Yeah, we see a lot of points in this chart that are just chord stream and then with some LN transitions between them. We have a little bit of a break, but once we get through this, we're going to be greeted with some fun stuff. And by fun stuff, I mean we got some more chord streaming.
Of course.
But instead of it being some nice patterning, if you can call it that, it's going to be pretty brackety, actually.
Not to mention brackety and long noodly. We'll see. We're almost there.
Yeah, we'll see lots of LNs coming up in this section. You can already see a lot of LNs just in this break section alone.
It is quite a long break, which is good for player stamina. A couple of tricky mini jacks here as well. Oh, here we go. I can hear the hype building. And there is the long note stream.
Yeah, and this isn't like just it's not just about whether you can read the LNs by themselves, because you can see that there's a lot of points where those long notes are held for a longer amount of time, so you actually really have to pay attention to the releases in that section.
We no longer have a full long note chord stream, but there is still some long notes sprinkled into the normal chord stream. And now we're back to the rice.
Yeah, somewhat similar to what we were saying before, where it's mostly just relatively difficult chord stream patterning with some LN transitions between everything.
Note that the ending here has the densest chord stream of the entire map, so it doesn't let up at all. As the map pool selector said, the chart finally gets topped off with another kilogram of rice.
Yeah, so these just never-ending chord streams are just a testament to whether your stamina is going to be able to hold up. And there goes.
And there you have it, everyone. Our 14 maps in the pool, including the tiebreaker. Including the tiebreaker. And I would say hype is a good way to end it off, because hype is what we're going to be for next week's matches.
Yes, sir. We got 4 teams left in winner's bracket, 8 teams left in loser's bracket. We will be left next weekend only with 6 teams remaining who will be playing the finals map pool. I'm really excited for a lot of these matches. I'm really happy that the United States is still in winner's bracket. I'm happy about that. Not biased. Not biased.
Not biased at all. It was a good match for sure. It was that one break point that really made it. There was a lot of really close matches actually. Thailand versus United States could have gone a totally different way.
Yeah, it seems
Sweden versus
like
the cow. That was a great performance.
I think overall there were only like 3 sweeps or two sweeps and a win by default, I think. I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yes, that is how it all went. That place, the person facing Macau next week is Thailand. That hasn't been updated yet, I guess, but that will be taken by Thailand, or the spot will, anyways. But other than that, not much left to say. Hope you guys all enjoyed this quarterfinals weekend with us. We will be moving on to semifinals next weekend. I guess one more thing I want to say, support your teams, buy a banner, support the tournament. If the team that you buy a banner for wins, you get to keep it for a little bit longer, and it will change the title of the banner to say the winner of the tournament. I thought that was pretty neat. So make sure you support whatever team you want to win. Support Macau. They're still in. I think they're the only low seed left in the tournament, which is it's really cool. Let's go. But yeah, anything left for you to say, Nivared?
I think that about covers it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week.
Searching for so long. This place I'm in makes me feel numb. I just want to find someone. Feeling lost in